Shut the air conditioner, sir.
We'll shut the air conditioner.
Just turn it. It's off.
It's not off,
It's
sir.
not off.
It's like brain dead. It's not off. So Steve, you got to step back to have my whole body. Like
I got
Bill
you.
does.
I got you.
Ankles.
Just start the show, please.
Can you have my whole body?
Yes, I'll get your whole body.
Steve, this is not a rush stop. Rush. Do we have the thing right? Do you have
Yes.
my whole body?
Yes.
That's the whole. That's what the ball game is about.
Okay, go ahead.
You keep saying go ahead, but I don't see nothing here, Steve.
It's Elegant's World.
Okay, so it's Miss Elegant's World, and I'm Miss Elegant, and welcome, happy to the show. Tuesday. What's the date, Art?
24th.
25th.
It's the 25th. 25th.
Art?
25th. August 25th.
Every time that Art makes a blunder, it's going to be Art Klein, and that's part of the routine, part of the
Ask
show.
me how I know it's August 25th.
How do you know it's August 25th, Art?
It's my sister's 68th birthday.
Mazel tov. So why'd you stumble and say, oh, he stumbled, said
That's
24th. Okay, Grillo did that. That was Grillo made the blunder. Okay, so I decided unilaterally, I know you like that word, that each show on the segment, every week that we do a new segment, we're going to have a physiological game show 2-question Q&A for Mr. Vernon every week.
Oh,
It's going to be part of it. And
Oh, God, I'm toast.
you see,
I'm toast.
Art, I'm going to be the hostess for this part, and that Art's going to be the panel. And the reason we're doing this is Art put his foot in it.
Right.
He put his foot. He said, "I have a family of doctors and surgeons." Well, all right, Mr. Vernon.
But I never went to medical school.
That's all right. It rubbed off on you.
Something
so,
rubbed.
Now, what's going to happen? How the audience is going to know if the panel is right or the hostess is right. Well, host is always going to be right. Miss Elegant, the hostess with the mostest. My wonderful mama, may she rest in peace, Marilyn Gordon, said when she was a hostess in the restaurant at the Fiddler on the Roof coffee shop at the Statler Hilton Hotel, said that she's the hostess with the mostest. And I am the hostess with the mostest. And the way we're going to know about the Q&A being right or wrong, when I say to, after Mr. Vernon answers the question, if he's right, I'm going to serenade him with, "Thank you." Now you know I am not a singer, Mr. Vernon. And if he's wrong, sit down, Mr. Klein. Sit down, Art Klein. Every time Art's wrong, that's a standing joke. He goofs up, he fouls up, he bubbles up, he bumbles
I
up.
can handle it.
Okay.
I can handle it.
Very
That's
good.
okay.
All right. So Art, stand up.
I'm up.
All
Miss
right.
Elegant,
So
what are our questions this week?
this week's questions for the panel, you're the panel,
Yeah.
Mr. Art Vernon, is please tell Grillo and
Keep going.
Yeah.
please tell Grillo. You don't have the whole I'll go back there.
Sure, it doesn't have to be that. Just we do
It has to be the whole thing. What do you mean it doesn't have to be?
So switch places. So switch places. Because the lighting's not going to work well.
I'm trying to get you and Art in the question. That's
Right.
right.
Oh, you should be over here,
Oh, I'll
not
be over
blocking the
here.
camera. Art.
Got it. Okay. Got it. Okay.
The first question is a question which everybody that has an IQ of 40 or above in the male gender is interested in. Now, it is a scientific, medical, axiomatic, automatic, de facto, factual matter that upon the age going up in the male, that dihydrotestosterone replaces testosterone, and it is promoting prostate growth. And that's detrimental, that's deadly. That will slow the urine down, cause all kinds of incontinence and all kinds of problems and urinary tract problems. Okay, now, so the question is, there's an enzyme that produces or makes, the enzyme will speed up the process of the dihydrotestosterone, the steroid hormone growth, changing the testosterone to dihydrotestosterone. What's the name of the enzyme?
I have no clue.
Uh-oh.
Zero clue. I have no clue.
Did you understand the question?
I do understand the question.
Repeat the question.
All right. So there is as
Repeat the question.
as males age, dihydrotestosterone replaces testosterone, and there's
What is testosterone?
testosterone is I guess it's not an enzyme. What is it exactly?
It's the reason why we get boners.
Well, it's
Stop! You both don't know what you're talking about. It's a steroid hormone produced in the male reproductive system.
that was the word I was looking for. That couldn't get hormone.
Stop. Produced in the male reproductive system. Next.
Okay,
Continue.
which is part of the development of secondary sex characteristics. Okay,
Boners.
so yes, among other things, and the reduction of that, or the elimination or the reduction of that testosterone affects male performance in a number of ways. And I understand there is an enzyme in the body.
Did I say that? Or I said
No, I added that. I added that.
Well, it's not right. I'm saying that only promotes prostate growth. That's it.
Well, no, the dihydrotestosterone promotes high
That's
growth.
exactly
But
right.
I have no idea what the enzyme is that causes it to.
But what were you just talking about? Some other riddles.
Yeah, I added some stuff that you didn't talk about.
Yeah, well, that's not correct.
No, that's not correct. Not correct. Anyway, I have no idea what the enzyme is. I understand the question, but I don't know what the enzyme is. What is
Five. F-I-V-E. 5-alpha. A-L-P-H-A. Reductase. That's R-E-D-U-C-T-A-S-E. 5-alpha reductase.
If you ask me that question next year, I will remember 5-alpha reductase.
You won't remember that next week.
Oh, no. Steve, you don't know my mind.
I know.
You don't know my mind. I will remember.
I'll break it.
5-alpha reductase.
I'll bet on that. He'll remember it for the rest of his life.
5-alpha reductase.
Have a seat, Art.
Okay.
Second question, Art. Stand up, Art.
Okay. Back on the hot seat.
So, Art, the second question is from the physiological world, very critical to our life and our health, sustaining life and health. The portal vein and the hepatic vein. You've heard of them both, have you not?
Yeah.
Tell Miss Elegant and the world out there the purpose of both and the differential of both. Go!
I'm not sure about
You like the Geschrei?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the portal vein, but I know the hepatic vein has something to do with the liver.
Do you know anything else about it?
No.
I guess I'm going to have to do it again, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Vernon?
Yeah.
Okay. So the portal vein is responsible for bringing nutrients from the small intestine and the villi into the liver, and the hepatic vein is running out of the liver also, but it's taking deoxygenated blood, blue blood, taking it out and bringing it to the superior and inferior vena cava. That's the difference between the hepatic vein and the portal vein.
So if I got this right, the portal vein is going into the liver and the hepatic vein is going out of the
and
liver.
Bringing the deoxygenated blood to the inferior and inferior to the inferior vena cava. That's V-E-N, I said it once before, V-E-N-A-E-C-A-V-A-E. All right, Art Klein, sit down, have a seat.
Okay.
I'll get back up.
No, that was the two questions. In any event, more importantly at this moment than that, or just as important, so I was on the show here last Tuesday, August 18th, on a Tuesday, and then Wednesday, August 19th, something special kind of happened in a negative way, and I'm going to share it with the world. So I'm getting through with one of my high caliber run sessions, and I just, came after the blast off, the last 4 block blast off like a bullet from 76 to 308 East 79th Street. Then I'm walking back and I'm checking myself out. So check this out. Now, this is pretty serious stuff. So I'm at 1311 2nd Avenue. That's between 74th Street and 75th Street on the west side of 2nd Avenue. And it joined, as in mob talk, the restaurant is called Upthai. That's U-P-T-H-A-I. Upthai is a restaurant, a Thai restaurant. And I'm just checking myself out. I'm checking my vagina out. Move back, Steve, so you see my vagina. Checking the vagina out. I'm checking the gorgeous, sexy butt. They call this a heart-shaped butt. Heart-shaped. So I'm checking all that out. We have some black muscle-bound guy. He's about this big, and muscles everywhere. And I mean, this is a rarity. And he's giving me the hand. Get out of here. Get away from here. Get lost. Get away from here. We don't want you here. So I, Miss Elegant, say, who are you? Doesn't matter who I am. Get out of here now while I'm talking nice to you. I said, well, what if you're not talking nice to me? Well, what then? What if you're not talking nice to me? Listen, you want to get slaughtered right here and now? Slaughtered, well, that's a pretty big word. Is that a threat of death, threat of killing? Pretty tough word. Listen, while you said that, sir, I call him sir. Tell you what, I want to see how big and brave you are. I'm going to be back here in 24 hours. Will you be here? I have a couple of my boys that want to talk to you. He says, listen, I'll slaughter you, faggot, and I'll slaughter your entire faggot army.
And this day and age, still they're using that F word.
I said, you must be a real tough guy. Wow, you must be something else. I said, all right, look, if you're going to slaughter my whole faggot army and you're more than I can handle, I'll see you in 24 hours. Personally, I think you're a yellow rat. But I'll see you in 24 hours. On Thursday, August 20th, at 7:35 p.m., I come back to the scene of the crime with 3 persons that literally resembled Murder Incorporated. That resembled Murder Incorporated. You got the picture?
Absolutely.
Now, I said to them, listen, I only need one of you guys to take this guy apart if there's any trouble. So I said, nope. Miss Elegant, we purposely brought an extra couple because if he's going to hurt you right here and now, we want to do something special. And he told me what the special was, and I've heard this before. They want to hold him down in public, and they're going to take his teeth out one tooth at a time. I've heard that before. The mobsters do that. So they had a plan. How are they going to get this guy to hurt me, injure me, attack me, kill me, stab me, do whatever? They're going to wait across the street on the east side of 2nd Avenue between 74th and 75th, obscured, ducking behind a car. They told I, go back and do my same thing again. I said, but you're all the way over there. By the time you get back to me, I could be maimed in that time. Don't worry, Miss Elegant. We're fleet on foot. We're fast on foot.
Why do you think you could probably handle yourself anyway?
I don't know about with this guy. I don't know. This guy, like, insane muscles all over. I don't know about that. But
you got that powerful strength of you're in shape. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, don't use these silly, senile, weak words. I'm in shape. I'm in phenomenal, beyond belief definition in shape. But again, all right, that's not the. So anyway, I don't do those kind of things. I don't get involved with that. So I said to the gangsters, they said to I, look, the worst that's going to happen, you'll take a few shots, and by the time we get across the street, it'll be all over for him. We'll literally, right in front of everybody, we'll hold him and we'll take his teeth out one tooth at a time. I said, okay. I did what the gangsters told me to do. And believe it or not, the yellow rat, this was a black guy, a yellow rat with a butch hairdo, muscles all over his body, muscles where people don't even have places. He didn't show up. So the gangsters are looking for him. It's right next to, by the way, for a landmark, the Uptie restaurant is right next door, parallel to the store, which is a very known store. It's called Smoke Zone. Smoke Zone. It's right directly next door. So when the gangsters, the 3 of them, look like Murder Incorporated and are as dangerous as Murder Incorporated, when they got across the street and couldn't find him, so now they're upset. They want him. They want him. So what do? There's a barricade in front of the Uptie restaurant because there's no indoor service. And then they have people at the door taking orders and giving orders out. The gangsters go right through the barricade, right through the people, walk right through them. almost knocked them all over. Sir, what happened? We're looking for somebody. That's what the gangsters said. All the way they go back to the kitchen, all the way back there. They don't see him anywhere. Then one of the gangsters called me in. They said,
Did this person work for the restaurant?
well, that's what they were trying to determine. We believe he did, of course. So they called me in, Miss Elegant, and there was a beef in the restaurant because I'm not wearing a mask. So they're beefing. Gangsters, forget about it. Go right in. Go into the kitchen. See if you see him. Go ahead. Well, he can't be found. A yellow dog and a yellow rat. So we fulfilled what we had to do. Now, the follow-up of this was that he had to have some connection to the restaurant because nobody in their right mind would say all these terrible things in front of a restaurant unless he had some affiliation, some association, some connection with the restaurant. All right. Now, a day later, that's the 21st on Friday, I found out a little bit more on my own. So there's a pretty little Thai girl that works there on the outside. She always waves to me. Hi, Miss Elegant. She was like that Olivia Newton or Olivia Maxwell.
Olivia Maxwell. Yeah.
Like, if I wanted Olivia Maxwell, which I don't do those things, I could have brought her home that night. She had the sex eyes for me. I could have brought this Thai girl home anytime I want.
Can I have her?
You could have her. But she doesn't want you. She only wants Miss Elegant. Okay. But in any event, she explained to me, because she was in the background of this, the original night when he was putting these threats of slaughter and death on me, that yes, he had an affiliation to the top Thai restaurant, but not in the manner of actually working there. He's a customer that's waiting for his outdoor service. He's waiting for his packages. So she was telling me he had a pretty big party or a big order. And so he was waiting there a while, for 4 bags of food to take back for his gathering. So that's his connection. So meaning while he's waiting for his connection, he doesn't want his prejudicial, homophobic, implacable hatred for transsexuals and transgenders. He didn't want Miss Elegant nowhere near the restaurant. Mm. And the gangsters, like at 1109 First Avenue with Michael at Wings and Burger, this time he just bent his neck back. This time they wanted the guy they were gonna bait him to touch me so they can take his teeth out and leave him cold right then and there.
When you say gangsters, how do you know them? How did you meet them?
Well, that's hard to explain because these gangsters go back from way back to the days of
Goodfellas?
No.
Are they Italian or just really tough guys that appreciate?
No, they're not. You stop answering your own questions and let Miss Elegant answer the questions. So we had trying to think the best way to answer it. It's a big question. It's a hard thing. You have to put this in the right wording. So I don't even know how to explain it, but in any event, hello, can you just let me get my wording out? You sound better when you're quiet. Grillo. You sound better when you're quiet. Can you back up a little bit so you have my whole body, my whole vagina?
Got everything in there. Stop telling me what to do. But
I'm not telling you what to do. I want to get my legs in there. That's what purpose of the show. I want my legs and ankles in there. Can you get everything in there?
Your ankles are all the way in there.
Thank you. So these are people that I associated with back when I had to turn merchandise. I had to turn $30 million worth of merchandise into cash. These are people that come from people from crooked noses. You know what crooked noses mean? You asked me if they're Italian, not Italian, Italian. They're not Italian direct, but they have all kinds of henchmen that are doing work for them. And these are deadly dangerous people. And I handpicked them for this assignment because he said he was going to slaughter I and my faggot of army, my faggot army. He was going to slaughter as well. Okay, so that was what happened between the 19th on Wednesday and Thursday the 20th, and I guess the lowlife realized that this was serious. So, I mean, he's a customer. Maybe he didn't come back because he didn't need any more food. We don't know that. Or then I've never, you would think that if he's a customer, he would be coming back. Well, each day I pass by after that, and he's never there again. So we don't know if I'm dismissing him or if he's a yellow rat. I would think he's a yellow rat because nobody in their right mind, when I tell them, you tell anybody you're coming back with your boys, I mean, nobody in their right mind is going to come back unless this guy thinks that he's going to, he has a gun and he's going to mow everybody down and wide open. Doesn't make any sense. So we believe he's a cowardice coward, a yellow dog, and a yellow rat. Now move on.
Well, I'd like to say I know you don't like technology and everything like that. But
I didn't say that. You said that.
Well, it's sometimes like when someone like that actually comes out with such a hateful speech and attacks you, almost it would be to your benefit to have like a phone to capture this person's image so we can publicly shame them for what they've said to you and the threats that they've given you.
Well, forget about publicly shaming them. It would be better to have it to publicly find them. Forget about shaming them. We don't need to shame anybody. To be able to have their image to find them. But when I'm on the run, all I have is, just my keys and my money and my Walkman, and that's the way it is. It's a nice idea, but it's not my technology. Okay, in any event, to move right along. So that was what transpired. Something really awful. I work with doctors for physiology, nutrition, telephonically since COVID-19. I work with all I used to work with them in their office and sometimes in the hospitals where they work. So one of the Jewish doctors told me that it's like horrible what he's going through, that the hospital has a gun at his head, in a manner of speaking, those are my words. They have a rope around his neck, those are my words. They have a machete at his back, those are my words. They have a stiletto at his belly, those are my words. But meaning they're trying to force him to work on Shabbos, on the Sabbath. Now, he's an Orthodox Jew.
Isn't that illegal?
Well, let's finish what it is.
Yeah.
So he's, and he has 4 children, and he's a young doctor, and he's like in a panic because they're like threatening him, strashing him, that's a Jewish word. They're threatening him that if he doesn't work these hours, that he's going to lose his employment. That their hospital needs it. They're overloaded, COVID-19, this and that. He has to be there. He has to be on call. He has to be on staff. Okay. So he's telling me, because, we have a friendship. We're not only just, he's not only my teacher and my educator, he's a fan of mine. He, he thinks I'm the third next thing or the second next thing to God in heaven. So he loves me, he admires me, he worships me. So we're friends. He tells me, we talk about other things, not only about nutrition and physiology. So he told me this thing, and he says to me, well, what do you think about it? He wanted my opinion. I said, I'll tell you, and I'm not mentioning any hospital's names. I'm not mentioning his name, of course. I'm just saying, so I said, Doc, without saying his name, Doc. Not saying Dr. What, I'm just saying Doc. I said, look, if they did that with me, or let's put it this way, if anybody did that with me, let's take Howard Stein. That's why I say it's Stein. Let's take Howard Stein, for example. If Stein said to Miss Elegant in the hypotheses, right? In the theatrical world, theatrics, in the abstract, Miss Elegant, on a one-time basis, I have a check here. I'm going to write to your name, Miss Elegant, $75 million. $75 million. But the only way you're going to have this and be able to take it right to the bank, you take it to my bank and cash it at my bank. They'll get the cash for you. I know you like green money. You're going to have to just work this one Shabbos. This is Stein talking hypothetically.
Yeah.
And Stern says, hypothetically, don't worry about it, Miss Elegant. It's 1 week. God will understand. You'll be set for the rest of your life. Don't worry about it. Everything will be okay. So I say to Stein, right? Take the $75 million check and put it in your blowhole, right? Put it in your blowhole. Or wipe your brown with it. Wipe your brown with it. Wipe your brown with it. You got the picture? So then, Mr. Vernon, you're supposed to say to Miss Elegant, well, why is that, Miss Elegant?
Why is that, Miss Elegant? You know I know the answer.
Yes, Mr. Vernon knows, but you may not have the same reasoning that I have. So I'm going to take it upon myself. I know nothing about really the inner workings of the 613 mitzvot of the Torah, 248 and 365 negative and positive mitzvot. I'm only the expert on nutrition and physiology. Mr. Vernon here is an expert on Talmud, Torah, Gemara, etc. So he probably does have the answer. I would say yes. But my rationale is that I would tell Stern to wipe his brown with a $75 million check or a $75 billion with a B check.
Could we say chocolate starfish?
Doesn't sound good. No, it's not part of elegance. Not part of elegance repertoire. So I would say, and I'm saying to Stein, the reason I'm answering Mr. Burns' question, I'm answering, is that the one up above, as we spoke about in the past, the Rabbanu Shalom, only he, Hashem, is supplying the blood supply to the splenic arteries. You know what the splenic arteries are? Do you know what it does? No. Another one you got. Okay, Art Klein. That supplies blood to the endocrine and exocrine part of the pancreas. Hashem allows blood to go to the subclavian arteries in the neck, to the renal arteries in the kidneys, to the coronary and the carotid arteries of the brain and the heart. It has nothing to do, I want to make it crystal clear, to all you parasites out there, to all you troglodytes out there, to all you bedlamites out there, to all you hermaphrodites out there. No matter what you do on your own, your health and life is in the hands of the Rabbanu Shalom, of the Master of the universe, from the time you're born until the time your life is over. So I wouldn't risk my life, my health, my safety with Hashem, getting in bad spirit with him, with Hashem, the Almighty dear God, for $75 billion in cash money. I hope that answers the question.
That's a wonderful answer. So I know we didn't discuss this beforehand, but my battery's going to die. And I
take a break and charge it.
No, how about this? We've been gone for about 35 minutes, so
Okay.
That's the perfect time. Let's talk about the awesome things that we have in store.
Don't call him a he, cause she's a she. It's Elegant Elliot often. Don't call him a he, cause she's a she. It's Elegant Elliot often. It's Elegant's world.